to start out by saying I don't have no problem with Fred personally. But I know, bro. I mean, it's odd. This ain't the first time. Like, if you recall, my boy, you would get up underneath the quilt, like me. But to lay on the bed, coat on, hat on, phone on your chest, shoes on top of the cover, it just looks strange. I know. You ever heard the terminology, stay ready to keep from getting ready? Now, I wouldn't put it past anybody to say, hey, Fred, just lay right there. Let me take a picture. Without a context, right, to just throw it out there like that, it looks uber strange, right? Because the quote to the picture is, shh, like you're sleeping. I don't know. It's just strange. Look at it from look at it through an outsider's lens, right? How does that look? It looks strange. This ain't the only one, right? I didn't feel the need to go back through and find the other pictures where you laying in the bed fully dressed, ready to go. I don't know, bro. I'm convinced, but I'm not convinced. If you know, you know. It just, there's a lot of stuff going on, man. You know, I've been looking at some stuff. See, for me, right, I haven't been caught up with the wells for almost a year. Once I move away from that situation, I remember a lot of people telling me that at that time, my opinion was valued because it was like I was seeing things for the first time. And I was, but I was seeing things that had been out there for a long time just because there wasn't a whole bunch of, there wasn't an excess of time to deal with all of the Wells buffoonery and keep up with everything else that's going on, right? And I happened to watch one of Lippy's videos, and I'll put the link in. It was about the bombshell video way in the beginning. And one of the things that I found very interesting was you saying that Ziggy saying that the wells tested positive for crack cocaine. As if there's a separate test for crack cocaine. It's like the difference between, I don't know, like using one drug two different ways. Right? I just found it very interesting because this is also coming, and I know this has all been resolved, but this is the first time I've seen it. This is supposed to be coming from someone who deals in CPS, and those people would be very familiar with the way drug screens and things were handled and the way that the results come back and things of that nature. So I found that sort of interesting, right? And then the terminology non-conclusive, right? Like that didn't really pass off. Again, I know all this has already been covered, but I seen it for the first time today. But what I didn't see was the way that Griff played into it. Because what I always understood was that Griff is the one that helped concoct a lot of that. And I just got the overwhelming feeling that these texts that were not supposed to be shared because this person wished to remain anonymous, I couldn't get over the feeling that it just, the vibe was like it was the same person making all the texts. So, I don't know, like I was just so taken back because it was this non-conclusive. And then, for Brian Enton to come out so much later down the road and say, that they had passed the polygraph, it was just all a lot, right? And so I don't even know where I'm going with this. It just seemingly there's like a fire that's been started, right? Now, this whole Cody Compton thing, I think I understand for the most part that Ernie was kind of trying to paint a picture based on statements and things that he was given from Fred, and that Ernie was trying to, I guess, to paraphrase it, was to point out the bad actors that were in the neighborhood, right? Was some of it right? Yeah. Was some of it wrong? Yeah. But when I look through just at a moment's glance, I haven't watched any of Ziggy's videos in a long time. But I just find it interesting that Ernie was given this information. He talked about it on his live stream, right? He was showing screenshots between him and Fred from that night, right? Like, why was there nothing given to Ernie about this Paul Hill and this address? It seems as if Ernie was like purposefully given information to throw him out in left field, right? And why, right? Like, what is it about Ernie that Fred felt like he needed to throw Ernie off of what was actually going on? Like, I can't make it make sense. So, it seems like a huge distraction is what it is. And why is Ernie the chosen one? Like, that's the interesting part. Is it just solely because Ernie reached out to Fred and Fred was like, well, here, how about this? But it doesn't make any sense, right? Like, while Ernie is asking information about what's going on down there, he's given information about somebody that is, at this point, completely not associated to any of it. Are the Comptons whatever? Maybe. I don't know. Is it remotely possible in the realm of all possibilities that down the road, these names that have been put in the front that really should be in the back could be involved? Anything is possible. But to put Ernie on the hunt for Cody Compton is just a very strange dynamic. Right? This is a lot of strange stuff. But this whole laying down in the bed thing with your shoes on and your coat on, like, maybe is there a context like your heater doesn't work, or I don't know. It's like a single bed. Like, I don't think both of you sleep on that little bed. So the whole thing is just strange. And I think it's a little RIP, right? It could just possibly be a little reckless internet posting. I don't know. So I don't know.